So we are getting down to the wire with these planner orders. I actually had to pause on Vlogmas because I'm just so in the zone and just want to get these things done. So it takes a while to edit videos sometimes, and I just can't dedicate that right now. So I'm gonna be picking up in like I think 2 days it starts back up. So sometimes you have to do that, right? You got to make some choices on what's more important, and I definitely feel like getting everyone's order out as soon as possible is way more important than me keeping up with my Vlogmas schedule. So by the end of today, I will be more than halfway done, and then my goal tomorrow is to be down into the single digits of orders. And so hopefully my last set packages will be going out on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. So yes, I'm very excited about that. I also ended up putting my shop on what I call my limited shop, and I've done this the last, I think, 2 years, so this will be the 3rd year doing it. And it's just basically like my shop is still opened, but people can't get anything that requires me to do anything myself, like at home. So everything on there right now is stuff that is considered like drop shipping type of products and things, which I'm definitely gonna have to do a video on drop shipping at some point soon. Let me know if you guys will be interested in that, because it's something I know a lot of clients ask me about, and so I definitely can do just kind of a overview if you guys have specific questions or just want to know a little bit more about how the process works. I will be happy to do that video. But I am right now just putting the tape on some more boxes. I've pretty much done a run to UPS and or the post office multiple times because I'm like working so quickly and trying to get these done fast. I haven't even had time to schedule a pickup to come to the house because I've just been like, no, I'm just gonna go take them. So it is what it is. I think sometimes I just get so just wanting to get things out that it's just quicker to me to just take it up there. So that's what I decided to do with that. But I'm really happy with the progress even from this morning, because I stayed up till I think a little after midnight the last couple days, and then I've been getting up pretty early, at least like an hour or hour and a half before Emory, so that I can get some stuff done. So it's definitely been helping to stay up way later than I usually stay up. I usually go to bed at like, it's kind of embarrassing, but maybe like, well, I start getting tired around like 9, but actually in bed and sleep, sometimes, a lot of time it's 10 something. So staying up past midnight is really a lot for me these days to do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna grab my phone so I can answer another question. And then I know someone wanted to see my setup as well, kind of like how I have everything set up. I did just kind of reset my office a little bit because it gets really messy as I start getting towards the end and getting things in boxes. So I cleaned up this morning so that it wouldn't scare y'all completely, but it's still really not that clean because I am working on these things in real time. But I am gonna do a quick little share of exactly where everything is and kind of how it's all set up. So I'll do that in a moment, and then we'll get into a little Q&A really quick. Okay, no matter how hard I try, I keep trying to keep this desk clean, but it gets back messy. So right now it looks good. Hopefully it can stay that way for a little bit. But over here is where I basically do all of the stickers. So if someone has like a sticker that they purchased along with their planner, or in this case, this is just like the page that is actually goes in the front of the planner, then this is kind of where I'll put that. And so I'm working on that, and kind of this is just that station for that. And then over here at the table that I set up for you guys, this is kind of what's going on. And then this is kind of where I put all of the planners together. So this is where I punch the pages. This is where they get binded, and everything kind of gets put together. I also have the little silver corners in here that I used for the protection. I have my mallet somewhere. Oh, my mallet is actually over here. This mallet is actually what I use for kind of like banging them on so that they will stay. It's kind of not in focus right now, but anyway, that is what this is. So if you're interested, it's like basically a really big rubber mallet, and I use it to literally for these. That's basically it. I do have some names up here as far as what I'm working on. Sometimes I do that when I'm just trying to get orders out. When I have a lot of orders, I will actually write them up on the board, and then that way I can cross them off as I do it. and it tends to help a lot. So it just makes me feel like I'm doing something. So I actually need to erase a lot of those, and then I need to put some more names up there. But I've been doing them in batches, and so it kind of just makes it feel like not such an insurmountable task when I have those up there. Plus I have my little spreadsheet that I check things off of. We just got done doing virtual preschool, so that's why that stuff is out. And then the last station over here is where I actually am kind of packing the orders as they get finished. So I got my tissue paper over here. Let me move this packing slip out of the way. But yeah, so I got tissue paper over here. Everybody gets one of these envelopes, and within these envelopes is all kinds of fun stuff, just different little things. There's like a QR code, a little bookmark, and then they get their little sticker or their tab stickers. So it's this one, and then there's also the monthly sheet as well, and then they get this little sampler sticker sheet too in there. So that comes with it. And then also if you got disc bound, then your discs also would come in here as well. So that's kind of how I'm doing that. And then I do have some bubble wrap in here, and I kind of just have that over here. I need to get some more actually, because I'm pretty sure this is not gonna, well, I know this is not gonna get me through the remaining ones. So I wonder if I could do like a quick Amazon Prime and it could be here by Thursday. I have to see. If not, I might have to go to the store and see if I can get some. But anyway, this is where I had that stashed. And then in here is where I've been kind of pulling from the stacks of paper. There's another box downstairs I need to bring up, so I have to do that. Boxes are over here. Laminating sheets are in here, and this is actually the laminator. I've been putting it up on the desk when I need it, but this is for when I'm doing the disc bound, which I have a ton, and hopefully the final batch of disc bound. So this is just the thick 10mm laminating sheets for that. But yeah, so that's basically the setup. So I'm gonna finish getting these things together, and then I will definitely come back, answer some questions. And this is definitely gonna be a lot more of a laid back video, because mainly I'm just working on planners. So we're just eating cereal. It's that kind of morning.
Yeah, you did school.
You did school? How was it? It's one of those mornings. I usually will like cook, not every single morning, but most mornings I'll cook us breakfast, which I did yesterday. But today I have a client call at 11:30, and so we need to make sure that we get to the places we need to go drop the packages off prior to that. So this was quicker, and then we can get her dressed and everything so that we can get out the door. But I wanted to answer another question. Hopefully you guys can hear me over this show that's playing on the TV. Let's see.
We better go to Target.
Let's see. And I do have to just say thank you to all of you. Everything's a little delayed now because I paused on Vlogmas, but thank you to everybody just with all of the love you guys have been showing, all of the vlogs, and I've just been sharing a little bit more things that I don't normally share, so I just appreciate all of the sweet comments, the suggestions, the support, all of that. Every now and then somebody will send me an email with like suggestions of whatever I'm talking about, or just sending me encouragement, and then they'll always like apologize for sending the email. Please don't do that. Like, I love interacting with you guys, and I know everybody's respectful, and it was nothing even like that anyway, but I always just think it's funny when somebody's like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to overstep. But no, seriously, if I'm asking about something on the channel, I genuinely want to know. You want some more cereal?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. What do you say?
Please, yes.
You say, may I have
May I have
some more cereal?
more cereal?
Please.
Please.
All right, let me get some.
No cool. Hi.
Oh, please.
Emily, I got this.
Okay, good? Actually, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more. It's kind of tasting a little good today. All right, it's good? Is that good? So silly. All right, so But yeah, I just want to say thank you for that. I appreciate you guys, and this is definitely cutting my head off, but you guys are on top of like one of those little acrylic containers right now because my tripod is upstairs. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna answer a couple of these really quick and kind of go through them pretty quickly. So the first one, how did you decide and work steps to starting your own coaching business? So basically the coaching business just naturally happened because I started posting on this channel just really to just kind of document my stationery business journey with my subscription box at the time. And so I started that. When I went to share that, I had no idea that people would look at me to want to know more about just anything. And I think that's how a lot of times when we get into stuff, it's like you don't think people are going to be reaching out to you asking for your advice or suggestions. And so it ended up becoming that after I was posting consistently, and that was kind of where people started to reach out to me and ask questions and different things like that. And so it naturally happened, but what's so beautiful about it is that it's just like God knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And so that's how this channel really came to be. And that was how I decided to become a business coach. It was after just so many questions. Hey, Emery, Mommy's filming a video. Can you quiet down, please? But yeah, so then after that, that was pretty much after I kept getting a lot of questions and, like DMs and just different things. I was like, maybe I should, talk even more about business. So then I really shifted the content on my channel to business and really just showed my expertise in what I knew. And then from there, that was when I decided it was time to do business coaching, and it's been the best decision I've ever made. I love my clients. And then the other part of it, and then as far as just steps to start my own coaching business, I definitely invested in coaching myself. I invested in a business coach to help me to just learn how to run a coaching business, to create a program, to create a course, and just all of the ins and outs of that. I'm one of those people that will definitely invest in a second in myself just to get the result. Just because I've seen how long it can take, especially with my stationery business, to really figure things out. So with the coaching business, I was like, I'm not even going to waste time trying to DIY it. Let me just get some help. So that was the biggest thing I did. And then really just taking action, showing up for my clients, and just kind of seeing how it would go. And it has been really, really good. Another question, and I didn't even say, this is from Derica Rickman, by the way. So, hey, girl. And then her other question was, do you feel it's easier to plan out what you're going to vlog, or do you wing it with what your day brings? So typically a little bit of both. Sometimes if I'm sitting down to do a vlog and I know if there's something I want to touch on, tell you guys about, or something like that, I'll make sure that at some point I sit down and I do that, just like I'm doing this Q&A, so I know I wanted to answer a few questions in the video. And overall, I just kind of go with the flow. I find that it's easier to vlog that way, and it's more natural versus...
We know that our natural that we get the all in roly planet.
She is obsessed with roly poly oly, y'all. That's all she talks about. It's a really old show, but let me know if you guys remember roly poly oly. It's like her new obsession right now. But Emery, you keep making me lose my train of thought. Something about vlogging. But yeah, I like to just wing it, and I feel like it's a lot more authentic that way for me. I'm not saying anyone else isn't, or whatever the case. I watch so many vloggers. But for my particular style, I just kind of go with the flow, and that typically helps me a lot. And so again, I'll have maybe like a couple things I want to mention or maybe show, just depending. But for the most part, I just kind of let things flow, and then if I feel the urge to pick up the camera, I will. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions, and then we need to get dressed. We need to get dressed?
No.
So that we can go? Oh, let me get it back. I wanted to get
all the planet.
So another question.
Another question.
This is from Rachel's Radiant Journey. Hello. And she said, how did you really start the process of transitioning into really believing you could do what you're doing? So that is a really great question, and this is something that I definitely love to talk about, but I'm not going to take too long because I could literally talk about this forever. But the biggest reason, or the biggest way of how I went from transitioning, I'm just making sure I'm reading it right, transitioning into believing that I could really do the things that I'm doing, was just doing them. That's the main thing, because for a long time I was in my head about a lot of stuff. Even like when it came down to becoming a business coach, I was in my head, and I felt like I can't really make this thing happen. And it was about a good maybe 9 months or so, maybe even a little bit longer, of where I was just kind of like playing around with the coaching a little bit. I wasn't necessarily like really fully committing 100% due to fear, due to feeling like, you know, am I really equipped to do this? Am I really being called to this? Like just questioning everything. And so it wasn't until I eventually decided to invest in my business coach. Her name is Jasmine Chanel. She has a program called Mom to Mogul, which has changed the game for me. It's changed my life, honestly, in so many ways. But I chose to work with her, and then that was really when the clarity came behind how I could really build out this coaching program, and that was when it really took off because I was clear on what I was doing. So I think the biggest thing for that, I would say, is just when I decided to finally take some action. Again, I was like kind of doing it, but it was like my foot was just halfway in with the coaching. And now with the stationery business, I've mentioned so many times, it took me a year to even start. So I dreamed about it, I thought about it, I watched a lot of other people, you know, doing things with their businesses, and I would be like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool if I would do it. And I would like play around, but it wasn't until I wrote it down in my power sheets and I actually put some action steps behind opening my Etsy shop for later that year. That was when that action started, and I mean, honestly, it hasn't stopped since. I mean, of course, things have happened. I've had my highs and lows, but it's really just about taking that first step, and then from there, it's like a trickle effect. And, you know, you run into a bump, but once you make up in your mind that this is something that you truly want and there's really nothing that's going to get in your way, to me, that's when it goes to believing that you can really do something. And so definitely, if you haven't, check out that video I did earlier in this Vlogmas series. It's about believing versus knowing you can do something. I think that might be helpful if you haven't seen it. Check it out because I think that it could definitely help you in terms of just getting some encouragement for getting started with whatever it is you're trying to pursue. I think that's gonna be it for now. We need to get dressed, finish up our cereal, and I'll catch up with you guys later.